What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Justice Falls. We back at it again with another video, and today we're looking at the Demon Souls State of Play video. This is usually their developer series where they have like more in-depth look at the game. I just did a not a developer game trailer reaction. So and then this one came out like yesterday or something like that. So we're gonna take a look at this one and see what's good. State of Play.
Hello, I'm Gavin Moore, Creative Director for Demon Souls. This is a remake of monumental scope and ambition, transforming a beloved PlayStation classic into a stunning showcase for the PlayStation 5. In every respect, Demon Souls looks, sounds, and feels right at home in this next generation of gaming.
Got the character selection screen. Okay.
We're all massive fans of the original game, and we wanted to bring everything we possibly could up to a level that modern gamers expect. And that includes the power and variety at your control in the character different, from facial customization to hair types. Right. There are many thousands more permutations for you to explore, empowering you to make an avatar you
they got
can relate
black
to,
people here.
Whoever that might be.
I respect it. So I don't gotta have a black person with like an anime character.
Demon Souls is anchored by a hub, the Nexus. The Nexus is how you'll get to the game's
I know this place all too well.
Each of which leads to a different land in Boletaria.
There are also
many NPCs here who are a key part of the storytelling experience. We were lucky enough to bring back many of the original cast to take on their iconic roles.
That's dope.
Now let's enter the first Archstone, the Archstone of the Small King, and start our journey at the gates of Boletaria.
Alright. Get in there, get in there. Let's see. Alright, that was a quick load. Cause I'm pretty sure you can skip this cutscene. But that was a really quick load. These next gen systems are gonna have really quick load time. That's what I like. Wow, this dragon about to violate. Oh. He got like 8 dudes in his mouth. Pause. That's crazy. Or her, I don't know. I don't want to misgender. You know, it's 2020. We got to be careful of that stuff.
Now, the real Demon Souls begins.
Okay. If you played the original game, you already know the vibes.
Attacking, blocking,
it's pretty much how it always was.
So the player must always consider where they are, what they're facing, and what their foes are capable of. Now, these dreglings aren't particularly daunting. Their patterns are relatively simple, and their attack ability somewhat limited.
They'll smoke you if you're not careful.
Even these earliest enemies can pose a threat if the player loses focus.
See? You know what I'm talking about here. I didn't finish this game, but, you know, I played it for a while. For those who played Demon Souls on PlayStation 3, you'll notice enemies behave exactly as you remember. Though you can play at 60 frames a second in performance mode, and animations have been completely redone, combat timing is just as it was. We're actually using original code for these core gameplay pillars, the untouched essence of the game around which everything else has been beautifully remade. It's a modern engine driving this white-knuckle combat experience where the slightest error could mean your death. Yeah, I'll probably end up playing like, oh, he just smoked himself. That's crazy. Yeah, I'll probably end up playing 60 frames per second because right now the two TVs I have are 4K 60, HDMI 2.1. But and I'm not gonna buy a new TV just yet because I know if I get the 4K 120 TV, it's not gonna perform.
We're playing in performance mode, which targets 60 frames a second.
So 60 frames is fine for me for now.
4K. There's also a cinematic option. That's an even more vivid native 4K, targeting 30 frames a second. Whether your preference is fluidity and responsiveness,
like if I really want 4K 60,
the most detailed
I'll just use my PC because the monitor I have is 4K.
The game is for the senses on PlayStation 5.
144 hertz 4K. So if I really want it that badly, I'll just get a Blockbuster game off of Steam or Origin, or you know, and just play it like that. I like having options. You know, because I'm not going to give up on console. You know, you got the PC Master Race guys that they sit there and they only play PC games.
We've added thousands upon thousands of new sound effects to take advantage of the PlayStation 5's impressive Tempest 3D audio. Now you can hear Imperial spies in the Palace of Boletaria creeping up behind you, or a creature slithering out of the slime in the Valley of Defilement far below.
Yeah, I'm waiting on that to experience that 3D audio.
3D audio just by connecting a headset. We're also really excited about the DualSense wireless controller's haptic feedback. We wanted to make combat feel grittier and darker, so this is the perfect way to feel steel clash against steel, or the crackle of a fireball in the palm of your hand before you cast it at your enemies.
Back up. I remember this part. There was like a demon.
Left the open air of Boletaria
where he was like, he had this super crazy armor.
Deep within
and you could run. You could, if you take off all your equipment and you run back to the side, you can make him fall down, and you can run down and kill his equipment. I did that in the beginning.
The real-time lighting and incredible particle effects, as well as a deadly redesigned arena, all culminate in a spectacular battle set in a world of fire. And the music here is Battle Flameworker is one of many incredible tracks created for Demon's Souls. On PlayStation 5, we've rearranged and fully reorchestrated Shinsuke Kuda's breathtaking score with 120 world-class musicians performing at the legendary Air Studios in London.
That's what I like to hear. I'm a big fan of like orchestral music, especially if it introduces like classical elements. And this soundtrack is one of those soundtracks where they have a lot of orchestral music, and it's based in like you know, medieval times, you know, Baroque period stuff. You know, a lot of different like archaic types of orchestral music, and I like that.
One of the most
with a modern take on
areas in Demon's Souls. It's so haunting and claustrophobic.
These mages
it's
is crazy.
Rife with detail and countless nooks and crannies.
Oh.
On PlayStation 5, we've radically increased the object density. The stage is absolutely littered with rubble, broken vases, and abandoned clutter. It's an amazing set piece for enemy encounters. These mind flares, for example, cast glowing projectiles down long corridors. For all of the added or enhanced effects like these, we've endeavored to strike a balance between dread and beauty, echoing the tragic fall of the once glorious but now doomed Kingdom of Boletaria.
About to get thing about these games, as y'all should know, these Soulsborne type of games, as they call it, super unforgiving. So you really got to be on your P's and Q's. And I think with these next gen graphics and frame rates and things of that nature, we're gonna stand a better chance of beating these games with less of a struggle, because every hit is registering.
Knights in their armor are tough, but a bit clumsy when dodging an attack. The thief, on the other hand, is quick and sure of foot, but requires finesse to inflict a killing blow.
I mean, I'm a warrior. I ain't gonna pick the thief probably on the second playthrough, but me, I always pick the warrior type in these types of games, because I like to throw hands. I need high defense, high attack, and I don't really be using spells like that, but if you give me a few spells, I'll use them. So that's a warrior type right there.
Veterans might have noticed that we've added new animations for all weapon types. Of course, we made sure to match the timing and feel of the original attacks. It's a small change, but it helps make each weapon choice feel a little bit more unique, and makes the thrill of landing a perfect backstab all the more satisfying.
Got him. You gotta do a lot of that. Like, the key to beating these enemies in Soulsborne types of games is
anyone who played Demon's Souls on PlayStation 3 knows that the Valley of Defilement is one of the most challenging, demanding levels in the game.
Yep.
We're so excited for those players to revisit this gloomy, arresting swamp, now with performance mode at a targeted 60 frames per second. This area was a particular challenge because we wanted to preserve the occasionally disorientating, almost maze-like nature of the stage while building on the mythos of Boletaria. After all, this is a place of outcasts and the unwanted. We wanted the valley to feel much more alive with the PlayStation 5 remake.
You're gonna get poisoned.
And it gave us a rare chance to revisit a truly iconic level in gaming history.
I hate those things. They're so ugly. See, yup, you got poison.
And before we wrap up, here's a first look at the Dirty Colossus, a nightmarish mishmash of detritus that's been discarded from the junkyard. Your best bet for success here is to keep your distance and time your attacks carefully.
That looks so disgusting, but it looks so cool at the same time. Okay. Gotta light them up. Imagine how that smells right now. That must smell crazy. Only thing about Soulsborne games I'm not feeling is the stamina bar. Like, if there was no stamina bar, you could probably beat these games a lot easier. Because you could just like, you could spam just like your opponents could spam. Because like I feel like if I get a stamina bar, my opponent should also have a stamina bar to make it fair. But these bosses just spam attacks over and over, and they never seem to get tired. Like the opening to attack is mad small. You see how you just got smoke like that? That's crazy.
You've just gotten a taste of what's awaiting you this November. Demon Souls.
That's why I like Mortal Shell. I don't think Mortal Shell has stamina. If you've played Mortal Shell,
you find a new genre of action RPGs, focus on tactical combat, environmental storytelling, groundbreaking synchronous and asynchronous multiplayer elements, and an emphasis on trusting the player to learn, master, and ultimately to triumph.
Well, I don't know about that last part, but
SIE Worldwide Studios and Bluepoint Games are honored to be able to remake this classic for those who hold it dear, and for a whole new generation of gamers to discover. Thank you for watching.
And that's it, y'all. That is Demon Souls State of Play. So we got a little bit of insight on the game. You know, you got to see the menu, you got to see the HUD, which is not much different than it was. They added a few more animations. They made the combat move a little bit. I see that the combat is a lot more fluid and smoother. The roll dodge is a little bit faster from what I noticed, and they are more forgiving on the blocks and the parries from the two videos that I've seen so far. So definitely when I get a PS5, it's gonna be one of the first games I play. I might stream it, or I might just do a playthrough for this channel. Cause I've noticed I'm doing a lot of reaction videos and things of that nature, and I'm doing a lot of tech reviews, but I'm not playing any games. So I gotta get on that. I only have like 1 or 2 videos that's actually showing me playing the game, probably 3. So I'll probably do more playthroughs on the channel, or when I start streaming more, I'll post more like Twitch highlights and things of that nature. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. You already know the vibes. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And this is your boy Justice Falls, and we out. 1.